And we're back. Hello everybody, Dark Phoenix Gaming here, and welcome back to Let's Play Assassin's Creed 2. Sorry it's been so long since I actually recorded this. Well, so long, it's been like a week or two. But I've had some software problems with my recording software as well as with my editing software actually, so I had to make some changes. Anyways, last time we left off, Ezio had a fist fight with our good friend Duccio. Oh, sorry, wrong person, and that is me inadvertently spoiling something that'll be happening in a few minutes. We had a fist fight with Vieri, that's right. And he had sex with his girlfriend and was promptly chased off by her father. That was fun. And this episode is, I think, going to be primarily just us exploring Florence, because I really like the design of it, and it's very interesting the way they do a lot of things. So I'm going to take the opportunity to explore it, because once a lot of the big story things kick off, we'll be sort of taken down a cascade of events and not really able to come back and give Florence a good exploration until a good deal later in the game. So I like to do that now while I have the chance. But in the process, we're also going to help our sister solve her problems. Remember, she's the one who sent a fellow girl at her school to the hospital for looking at her boyfriend funny. So we better be nice to her, even if she is our sister.
Hey, Claudia.
And I think helping her with her problems is a good way to start.
It's Duccio.
Yeah.
Love him.
I think he's been unfaithful.
Who told you this?
The other girls. I thought they were my friends.
Harpies. You're better off without them.
I loved him.
No, Claudia. You only thought you did.
He should suffer for what he's done.
Wait here.
Well,
I'll go
she
have a
turned
word with
around real quick with that. And yes, we will be having a little chat with Duccio. A chat that is likely to involve the use of our fists, as well as our feet, in somewhat more violent manner than he would perhaps prefer. After all, he is cheating on our sister, so I think we're going to have to punish him for this. It also gives us an excuse to climb some buildings, because it wouldn't be Assassin's Creed without some good old-fashioned parkour, am I right? And we'll skip one of Vieri's asshole friends. Oh yes, I do love some good old rooftop running. It's my favorite aspect of the game, and it's just kind of neat to be able to see everything from the roofs and everything. And honestly, the design, the various cities and everything is one of my favorite parts of Assassin's Creed. Santa Maria, eh? Or is it Sana Maria? I'm never very good at pronouncing stuff in these games because only one of them takes... only like 2 or 3 of them take place in English-speaking nations, and it's always... and all of those are games that I have yet to play, so that doesn't help me much. That said, it's time to get our ass to ground level
I say, he's certainly
and have a little
genius.
chat with our dear friend Duccio.
Duccio. It's
Really? Really? He's cheating on our sister with her. Really?
The father said I could do
Come
much better
on.
than an auditore.
If you're going to be having an affair with someone, at least have higher standards than that. Come on. Yeah, it's a good thing our sister's not actually going to be marrying this jackass, because he has no standards.
My sister. parading around with his puttana.
What are you talking about?
I saw the gift you gave her. Heard the things you said.
Maybe your sister shouldn't be so stingy with her virtue.
You broke her heart.
Ha! And now I'm going to break your face.
Yeah, sure.
You auditores all talk big, but when it
That
comes
is
time-
absolutely what's gonna
You
happen.
regret ever opening your mouth.
I could have taught your sister a great many things. She's lucky to have had some.
Okay.
Stay away from my sister.
Oh no, I am not done with you yet. Not by a long shot.
Now where is he from?
It's time for you to be punished. Really? You cheated on my sister, and now you are trying to run. You idiots are not worth my time, quite frankly. I'll beat you the hell up, and then keep on chasing him. Come on. We are going to beat him into a coma, of course. And nutshot. Nutshot. Well, if he had anything between the old legs, then it's going to be hurting right about now. Yes, I'm making penis jokes. Get used to it. This is Assassin's Creed, after all, and I'm pretty sure crude and inappropriate humor is Ezio's thing right now. So yeah. And we'll go and see our sister soon enough, but that is not a priority right now. What we're going to want to do, like I said, is explore Florence some. As it's a very interesting place, and I really like the designs and stuff, so I just want to check things out a little. Oops. Anyways, we basically want to check it out and get as many of the towers unlocked as we can, because climbing towers to discover the world is sort of Ubisoft's shit in these games, and in all their games for that matter. Now, we gotta climb in a different place. That one is not gonna get us up there. So, this is gonna be one of the tall ones. But what I don't remember is if it's one of the ones where once you get up there, there will be guards who try and remove your face, or anything of that nature. I don't remember if that's a thing. And I was trying to go the wrong way, so hooray for me, remembering which way I'm supposed to be climbing. Climby McClimb, some more of this. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll shimmy around here. And all I'm gonna say about this, Ezio, is that you had better not fall off, because I would imagine that kind of fall would be a little bit on the fatal side, and you would tend to end up slightly dead. I know, shocking, isn't it? That you would die from falling that far. You'd think you would survive just fine, wouldn't you? I'll take some of your cash. Climb the inside bits. Of course. Keep her up. Just circle around some more. And that way is non-viable. Yeah, we're on the wrong side of this, so let's repeat. Come on. Ezio, you can check her out for us. Climby McClimb, as per usual. Get your ass up here. Yeah, this isn't one of the ones where you have to watch out for guards, but it's time to synchronize from what I imagine is probably one of the tallest peaks in all of Florence. So, Ezio, you are either extremely brave or batshit insane for having climbed this far up. I'm honestly not sure which, but now it's time to defy the laws of physics by breaking your fall from this high up with a bale of hay. And not cracking your head on the edge somehow. Color me impressed, Ezio, old boy. As that was quite impressive. Now it's time to do some more climbing. And this is probably going to be the bulk of this episode. Me climbing and beating up people who are dumb enough to pick a fight with me, of course. And then looting their bodies. Apparently, the locals take exception to me looting their corpses, or their unconscious bodies, to be more precise. I don't know why. They attacked me first, so their stuff is fair game, clearly. If they didn't want to be looted, then they shouldn't have attacked me. It's simple how that works, isn't it? Quite simple indeed. And this is my next place. Once I get around to the correct side of it, that is. And don't decide to be a dumbass. But unfortunately, to go on to a slightly unrelated topic with Assassin's Creed 2, this game is one of the ones that it seems to be the case that only Fraps and Bandicam can record it, because I wanted to record with DX Story because that is my best recording program and gets me the most high quality video out of any of the ones I own that are currently working. But unfortunately, that's not really an option. For several reasons. I just can't do that right now. Time to go and beat someone up in a minigame. Yeah, it's not really an option because while I can load into the game just fine, at this moment in time, And you guys aren't even important enough for me to pay attention to you. I'll just knock you out, and then we'll be done. As I was saying, now it's time to loot them. But yeah, Dextory, while I can load into the game with it running, and I can load up my save just fine, it will unfortunately crash to desktop a few seconds after the save finishes loading, so it's not really an option for recording at all, at least not until I can fix that particular issue. I don't know if it's a thing with Assassin's Creed as a whole or just this one, but it's just not a thing that I can use. Anyways, time to help beat someone up.
That faithless husband of mine is cheating. I know it, as do all the neighbors.
Beating up a cheating relative, or husband in this case. I can do that. Beat the cheat. A woman scorned. Oh yes. And it's time to go beat them up. Because, as you will come to learn over the course of this game, Ezio does his best negotiation work with his fists, or, when we get to the later points in the game, his blades. He doesn't have blades yet, so he can negotiate plenty well with his fists until he gets them. Eagle vision, yes. There he is. And that is one of the improvements to Eagle Vision in this game over the first that I quite like. You can use it while you're moving. In Assassin's Creed 1, you could use Eagle Vision, but you had to be stationary. And it was honestly kind of annoying. The fact that your Eagle Vision had such a blatant limitation on it that you could use it to find stuff, but only while you were standing still. Because whether or not you're walking makes so much difference to a supernatural ability like Eagle Vision, doesn't it? I'll loot that for some cash. And hello. Your wife says hi. I'm here to deliver the message.
Donato! She wins! I give up! That bitch! I mean, wonderful
Nice. Very lovely husband-wife relationship those two have, for sure. 200 florins? I'm assuming the wife pays us?
Hold on. Laju! There! There! Stronzi!
And now we have a few of Vieri's grunts who need beating up. Thank you, worthless camera angles. I do so love you. Now we will loot some more from your bodies. And you as well. And it's time to climb another viewpoint. I'm probably going to do all of the viewpoints that are available in Florence right now before we progress the main story, just because, like I said, it'll be a good long while after we decide to start progressing the story until we'll be back in Florence. So, since it's gonna be so long until we'll have access to them again, I figure it's best to do them now, while it's a reasonable option. Because once we start progressing the story much beyond this point, we'll hit a kind of cascade point where one thing leads to another, and for plot reasons, it makes more logical sense to keep on progressing the story than to do side objectives. And I'm going to try and do things in a way that makes sense to the plot. Yeah, not reading that. I'm going to try to do things in a way that make logical sense in terms of the game's storyline. That looks like 3 of those objectives left. And that's a courier assignment. I'll go unlock that particular viewpoint, and then we'll do the other couple. And yes, once we finish up the thing that our mother has to do for us, that's going to be a point where we hit that cascade effect I'm talking about, because after that, and I'm trying to be a little vague here for the sakes of not spoiling things, beyond the generic, obviously. After that, our father will give us something to do, and once we do that something, a certain series of events will take place. A series of events that, when they happen, it will not make much sense for us to be running around looking for viewpoints and delivering letters and things with what's going to be going on at the time. So that's why I'm doing this now, because this is the point in time when it makes the most sense for Ezio to basically be screwing around and doing whatever. So at the moment, this makes plenty of sense, because Ezio, let's be honest, he's a bit of an asshole. Like, not nearly as much of an asshole as Altair was, but that's actually one of the interesting things with Ezio as a character, as it happens. He's not a nice person. He is absolutely not in any way what you'd consider to be a good guy. He is a douchebag, and he's more interested in doing stuff for himself that he personally finds fun, rather than being like any kind of genuinely good person or anything like that. But even so, Ezio is still what I would consider to be a better and more intriguing character than Altair. Or than, if we want to go this far and use Assassin's Creed 3 in this as well, or than Connor for that matter. Both of them are okay in their own right, I suppose, but neither are particularly well-developed characters, really. Though, if I'm honest, I think part of the reason why Ezio is what I consider to be the best and most well-developed character in the Assassin's Creed series is that he has his own miniature series of its own, dedicated to himself and his own character development. Like, all these other characters have maybe one game, in some cases one game and a few bits of DLC dedicated to their character development. Ezio has 3 whole games to develop his character, and it really shows. It really shows. Okay. Let's deliver. And now I've got places to be. So if you'll excuse me, we gotta run. So there's apparently a timer, but I do not see one. God damn it, Ezio.
Bizarre. What's with him?
He's Ezio fucking Auditore, and it's a little bit insane. as well as having a building climbing fetish. That's what's up with him. But yeah, the fact that Ezio has multiple games to develop his character really shows in comparison to the other protagonists of the Assassin's Creed series. Because he is a much more interesting and well-developed character as a result. Which is really nice, but when you're talking about like character development and stuff, it really kind of gives him a bit of an unfair advantage as well. I'll be the first to admit that Ezio does kind of have an unfair advantage because he has more time to develop as a character and for us to get attached to him and such, as opposed to everyone else who, like I said, all have at most one game and a few bits of DLC for you to get to know them. Unlike Ezio, who was around for longer than anyone else in the entire series, and remains to this day my favorite character in the entire series. And I would be lying if I didn't say that the amount of time I get to spend with Ezio and to get to know his character, I would be lying if I said that that didn't have a significant amount to do with why he's my favorite. Because it does. It's a large part of it, in fact. And I'm still falling off buildings in this game. That's pretty par for the course with me. I fall off a lot of buildings in these games. If you ever saw my Assassin's Creed 1 Let's Play way back in the day, then you will know falling off buildings and getting forced off them by virtue of rocks being thrown at me is pretty normal for me in these games. It's just a thing that tends to happen, really. And that is a nutshot. So now, it is time to take their stuff. I mean, they did knock me off that building site multiple times with their rocks, so I can't say I feel too bad about looting their unconscious bodies, or about the bruises their testicles are going to have. Can't say I feel all that sorry about either, if I'm honest. Now that those assholes have been gotten rid of, though, we can move on with climbing this place. And now we want to get to the top and then climb to other places. Because, of course, and I'm repeating myself, what with it being the last time we'll really be able to do this sort of screwing around without me sort of in the back of my head wondering why I'm doing this rather than progressing the main story, this is the good time to do it. Since it makes sense for Ezio to be dicking around like this when there's nothing of any real importance to do. I mean, sure, his father said he should help out his mother and sister, but as far as Ezio is concerned, he has all day to do that. So what does it matter when he does it, as long as he does it? If he wants to screw around and climb a few dozen buildings before he gets around to helping them out, then that's fine, as long as he helps them, right? Because Ezio is a bit of a man-child, as has been portrayed fairly well in his character development at this stage. Ezio is not the most responsible of people. I mean, his little relationship with Christina should tell you that well enough. It most certainly should. Because you can probably tell that his motivation with that relationship was entirely that he got to have sex with her. Nothing more altruistic than that. So yeah, Ezio is a bit of an asshole in this game, at least at the beginning, I will admit. And not the most responsible of people. But then again, he is a noble, and I imagine being irresponsible little twats was pretty par for the course for teenage nobles during the Renaissance and the Middle Ages. So, he's really just acting the part. Really being what someone in his position would be like, and wow. Ezio, you either have godlike amounts of luck, or everybody with access to eagle vision has some sort of skill that allows them to avoid death when they dive off their eagle perches. I'm honestly not sure which. Not interested. Let's see. That's a race, and that's a codex page. I'll grab the codex page, then we'll go to the race. Because if I remember right, these codex pages unlock something. I don't remember what, but... Here. They're guarded by actual guards who have actual weapons. I'll check the roof and see if there's another way in. Beyond simply taking the direct route, I mean. Because that strikes me as being a fairly stupid thing to do. No, looks like we need to distract them somehow to get inside. And I don't have the tools on hand to do that. So I'm gonna go off and race, and then we'll do that last eagle vision point. So it's probably gonna be a little while before we get access to that codex page. Just because I do not want to fight those guards. But I will race this guy.
I can outrun anyone in this distretto. I hear you the best. Prove it.
Alright. I'll beat your ass. Go on. I hate those delays. And yes, I can beat your freaking record, jackass. But yes, parkour racing across Florence. I kind of love when you get things like this. It's more than just can you run fast, but can you use the environment to your advantage in the appropriate places, kind of thing. I love how the game integrates the parkour and racing aspects. It's really kind of cool. And I think we're gonna lose this one. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Get the hell out of the way. We're gonna lose, aren't we? God damn it. Ezio. Stop dicking around. Yeah. This is a loss by literally seconds. I was just a few seconds faster, that would have gone my way. But it didn't. So, time to try this again. Yes. I'm not always 100% the best at these races, but as I said before, they are pretty fun. And I do rather enjoy doing this sort of thing. And that's not likely to change anytime soon. Just because I find them so enjoyable. But I'm not always the best on cutting down on the time. Christ on a bike. That's going to be a second loss.
I don't want to know.
Come on, guys, come on. God damn it. You cannot be serious. Yeah, we're gonna lose by an even wider margin this time. Yep. So it's take 3. I tell you though, I am getting this race. No matter how many tries it takes me, I don't even care. But I am gonna do this fucking race, no matter how many tries I have to take. And I started running too soon there. That was my dumbass mistake. I keep doing that, doing something stupid I could have avoided. For the most part, anyways. Including a few instances of diving off rooftops or some shit. Balls. That was really dumbass, and it cost me time. I bet you we lose this one too. Fuck, 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 fuck. Let's try and at least get closer to a success this time around, shall we? We shall. We're shelling right now. Yes, I went there. Well, that's a success. And it only took me like 3 attempts. 3rd time's the charm, even in racing in Florence during the Renaissance, I guess. So now, I have one more viewpoint to go after. Then we go and help Mummy Dearest. I'll let those idiots pass me by, so that I don't have to get into another fist fight just yet. I mean, I don't mind getting the money off of them, but still. Let's get to this viewpoint and get this out of the way, I think. Okay, Ezio, you need to learn how to not dive off buildings when it's not strictly necessary and or not part of you climbing viewpoints. diving off buildings is not something you need to learn how to do. It's something you need to unlearn how to do. And yes, this is going to be one of those cases where if Ezio is making a mistake, it's his fault, but if I'm doing something right, it's because it's me doing it. And yeah, I do believe that is the last. Yep. There are no more viewpoints. So it is time to head back home and help out Mother. We do owe her some help after all. Even if we are going to be bullshitting and saying that it is the same day somehow and using magic to reverse time or something. In any case, let's get our butts in here, yo. Yes, it's Mother dearest. Hello there.
Buongiorno, Ezio.
Buongiorno a voi, madre. Come state?
Sto bene. And you? Still recovering from last night?
I have no idea what you're talking
Ezio,
about.
it's your mother.
Anyway,
I'm
I
pretty
have an
sure
errand to
she
run. I'd like
knows
you to join.
everything
Con
you get up
piacere.
to.
Come.
And
it's
then
not far
some.
from here.
Let's hope whatever this errand is, and indeed, Ezio's magic reverses time.
I know about your fight.
And her little thing here I'm going to read, if we haven't already, I don't remember. Date of birth 1432, writer noble. I grew tired of these walls that surround me, and am bored with safety. Now is the time to make a decision. I will go out there and see what my life may truly be. Maria wrote those words when she was 16, a week before she met Giovanni Auditore. Born into the powerful banking family, the Mossi, Maria is one of the most famous historical sources of the time period, due to her multi-volume diary, which has been translated by several notable scholars, and is on display in the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. With funding from her parents, and that just skipped past it because I held it too long. Anyways, with funding from her parents, Maria opened up a bakery in the courtyard of her family palazzo, which she transformed into an artistic gathering place. It was there she met a man with such conviction I found myself rooted to the spot, unable to look anywhere else. That man was Giovanni Auditore. Maria and Giovanni were married in 1450. Maria's diary entries continue for the next several decades, describing her patronage of several up-and-coming artists and her trials as a mother, at which point she abruptly abandons her writing, to the disappointment of historians everywhere. Almost said elsewhere there, because I'm that much of an idiot, apparently.
Per piacere. Let's not play
Yeah,
this
Ezio,
game.
I told you, she knows everything about you. Literally everything.
I'm sure he's having a hard time dealing with the accusations against his father. Francesco di Pazzi is many things, and none of them good. But even I never suspected he'd be capable of murder.
What will happen to him?
I imagine there will be a trial.
Will father speak at it?
He'll have to. He's the one with the evidence.
Still, I wish there was another way.
You've nothing to fear. Everyone wants justice done. It is an unfortunate state of affairs, but it will pass.
Yes, I know what banks are. Can we get on with this? Because unfortunately, in the little assignments like this in Assassin's Creed, especially this one, it suffers from the unfortunate flaw from a lot of games where they're slower, their walk is slower than your walk, and they will not
Hello,
speed up
Leonardo.
for you.
Madonna Maria.
And oh my fucking
This is my
god,
son, Ezio.
it's Leonardo da Vinci.
L'onore è mio.
Let me go and fetch the paintings. I'll be right back.
He's very talented.
Immagino.
Self-expression is vital to understanding and enjoying life. You should find an outlet.
I have plenty of outlets.
I meant besides vaginas.
Back to your house then.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is that makes that so funny, but wow. I think it's just that it's Ezio's mother who's the one saying it.
So Ezio.
Okay, we got
He's
this.
been working for his father.
Ah, you're to be a banker.
For now. And you? Art, was it?
Oh,
Truth be told,
apparently
it's
we're
been difficult for me to
supposed to be
settle.
walking
Painting is nice, but I
to
also
a
feel like my work
destination.
lacks, I don't know, purpose. Does that make sense? I'd rather contribute more practically, more directly. Architecture, perhaps, or anatomy. I'm not content merely to capture the world. I want to change it.
Oh, Leonardo. I have no doubt you'll go on to do great things.
Vi ringrazio, Madonna. That's kind of you.
Yeah, sorry I wasn't talking much during that conversation, but that's just how I tend to do things in Assassin's Creed 2, especially, because a lot of the conversations are so engaging just by virtue of listening to them that I just want to sit back and experience everything more than actually be chattering on about it, honestly.
Thank you for your help, son. Don't let me keep you from your other
Okay.
duties.
It was nice to meet you, Ezio. I hope our paths
And
cross
they
again.
most certainly will. Not going to elaborate now, but Leonardo is going to be very important for future events in this game. As that's the thing Assassin's Creed likes to do. Mix in its own alternate tellings of history with the actual historical facts. But now, Father wanted to see us after we were done with everything, so let's go.
Ezio, come in, son. I need these packages delivered to associates of mine in the city. I also need you to retrieve a message for me from a pigeon coop not too far from here.
Va bene. I'll get it done.
Come back here when you're finished. There are some things we need to discuss. And please, my son, stay out of trouble.
Ezio, stay out of trouble? Asking rather a lot there, aren't you, Dad? I mean, this is Ezio we're talking about, after all. Trouble is practically his middle name. So, we got some letters to deliver, and unlike the last few, I'm not going to be reading them. The codex entries, because he asked us to deliver them. Kind of goes without saying that we're not supposed to read our father's personal correspondence. Plus, if he wanted us to read it, I'm pretty sure he would have said as much. Okay, let's get down here, by way of the ladder, and deliver the first piece of correspondence.
You Giovanni's kid?
No, idiota. He just happens to look exactly like the man.
Yes,
Give it
quite
here.
the pair, the prostitute and the thief.
Don't worry, boy. We're not contagious. Least I'm not.
Now, one more letter to deliver, and we have a letter to retrieve. So let's get on it. While the day is still young, and all that jazz. No. Come on.
Here, over here.
Okay, what's the suspicious looking dude?
I have a delivery from...
Giovanni Aladore?
Yes.
Were you followed?
No. Why would I be followed?
Give me the package. Tell your father that they're moving tonight. He should as well.
Who's moving? What's going on here? Wait, come back! Explain yourself!
More bizarre nonsense that makes virtually no sense at all. At least not at this point in the game. That conversation is going to make a lot more sense to us later on, once we have a few more of the details. But for the moment, we don't really need to know beyond this guy's a contact of our father's, and it says someone is moving. Pigeon retrieval time. And you better grow accustomed to that particular animation. What? Yeah, as I was saying, you better get used to that animation. Because it's one you're going to be seeing a lot throughout the game when we pick up certain assignments. Now, I'm going to head back home. And we fortunately managed to get the tripwire. So I'll loot this chest for some more florins. And here we are, back at the home. So it's time for us to get down. And I think this is a good place to cut this episode. After all of our exploration is done, and that rather interesting encounter with our bearded acquaintance back there, I think this is a good place to leave it. So, this has been Dark Phoenix Gaming, and you've been watching Assassin's Creed 2. I hope you'll join me next time when things are really going to start to heat up and we begin getting into the meat of the game, so to speak. So, until next time, I'll see you then, folks. I'll see you then. So long for now.